Sussex go all in. Meghan was angry at fed-up Harry's impulsive move to abandon his royal titles to be a U.S. citizen. But Meghan isn't delighted by the idea. Hello and a very warm welcome back to Kate Middleton and the Queen channel. Charles has already made it clear that his traitorous son Prince Harry has absolutely no chance of ever holding an official royal role ever again. And palace insiders are claiming that the renegade redhead is about to throw his titles away and disown his family by becoming an American citizen. Sources claim that the 39-year-old Harry's unprecedented move is sending shockwaves through his 5-year marriage to the former Z-list actress Meghan Markle, who certainly has enjoyed flaunting her title, the Duchess of Sussex. According to a high-level palace courtier, you can be sure Harry's fame-obsessed wife is hell-bent on keeping her title no matter what her husband says. Meghan got what she went after: a royal husband, 2 royal kids, and a title gifted by the late Queen Elizabeth. She's never giving that up. It's her key to fame and fortune. She's been in the world spotlight for 6 years and has no intention of ever going back to being a B-list at Best Actress. Her royal title is her passport to far bigger and better things. But see, without his royal trappings, what's going to happen with Harry? He's just going to become plain old Harry Sussex, simply another wannabe trying to make it in Hollywood. The courtier went on to say his ability to land mega-million-dollar deals will evaporate, and that's not in Meghan's master plan. If Harry loves what he calls his amazing life in California so much he wants to become an American citizen, good for him. But it comes at a very high price, one I bet common-born Meghan is not willing to pay. She'll fight tooth and nail to keep her title and her royally indulged lifestyle. And apparently things got really bad when Harry admitted publicly that he has thought about U.S. citizenship and he has no idea what would stop him, in spite of the fact that he has put out feelers to his estranged father. But to become a U.S. citizen, Harry has to publicly give up all his titles and his heritage as well under U.S. law. Harry would have to recite the Oath of Allegiance, and in doing so, he would renounce all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty. So that would mean publicly rejecting the very family he has been fighting with since he and Meghan walked away from their royal duties back in 2020 and moved to California, where they still live with their children Archie and Lilibet, supposedly. The royal insider says while Meghan, a U.S. citizen, could keep her title under American law, I'd expect Harry to insist she give it up too. And that will cause fireworks. Let's not forget, Meghan is strong-willed and has a history of loving and leaving guys, including one husband already when they could no longer boost her ambitions. Harry could be next. And according to sources, Harry's revelation that he was considering U.S. citizenship, he said that during an Invictus Games event in Canada, and the palace was shocked. It came after his 11,000-mile round-trip visit to see his father on the 6th of February. That was the day after the king revealed his cancer diagnosis. Now, sources are claiming that it's pancreatic cancer, but the palace hasn't confirmed or denied this rumor. According to the courtier, the meeting lasted just 30 minutes. He apparently indicated he'd return to the royal fold part-time to help out while His Majesty is sidelined by grueling treatments. But it's been made very clear there is no way back for him. That would be a devastating blow for Harry. And only a week later, it looked like he and Meghan were already retaliating. They launched their new rebranded Sussex.com website in spite of the fact that the late Queen ordered them not to use their royal titles to make money. Interestingly, they're using Meghan's coat of arms, not Harry's, says the source. It's like Meghan's already planning to be the royal in the family after Harry forsakes his heritage. Palace insiders are also saying that Harry's little plan to become a U.S. citizen is such a cruel blow to his father, King Charles. The courtier poses the question, how could Harry turn around so fast after seeing his dying father and tell the world he's ditching every last vestige of the family he was born into? Charles is fighting for his life, and again, all Harry is thinking about is himself. This traitorous move will break his father's heart and could ruin Harry's marriage in the bargain. But fortunately, or more likely unfortunately, a source is claiming that Meghan is still not going to leave him because she's never going to find another prince. Well, that's probably true. I think all the other princes in the world are a lot smarter than Harry was. Or still is to this day, to be fair. I mean, even if he is the heir in exile, Meghan can and does use and flaunt those titles any chance she gets. So if they split, she's going to keep her title or perhaps be offered another. Her divorce settlement would be pennies to Meghan and a whole lot less than she needs to keep up the lifestyle that she's used to. She wouldn't be offered any other title, let's get real. But if she were to get married again, then she would lose the Duchess title. That's probably the reason for her staying married, honestly. The truth is, though, the royal family have endured a lot worse than Harry and Meghan. I don't think they're going to bargain with Meghan for Harry's surrender. I mean, Harry's already been ditched by his own family. Now, if Meghan got a hold of their money, it would only be used to attack them. Meghan Markle is the type of person to stab you with your own knife. In a way, though, I can't help but think it's all a bit tragic. Harry has had enough of her. The looks and body language tell us all we need to know about their relationship. Harry hates her now, and they're still putting on this act. It's so fake. They're still acting like they're so in love and their marriage isn't on the rocks. Well, sooner or later their narcissistic mask slips and then you can see the truth of what's really going on. Unless one has been a victim of a narcissist and then trauma bonded, you can't have a lot of sympathy. Harry is past being trauma bonded at this point in time. Narcissists are evil to the core, and they will ruin anything they touch, just like Meghan is doing with Harry. Harry doesn't look good these days. I mean, I know I've been saying that for a while now, but honestly, I don't believe he's in good shape, either physically or mentally. Honestly, when I look at Harry, I see a victim of a narcissistic relationship and the damage that can do. The fact that Harry was already so messed up when he got together with Meghan, well, it made her job a lot easier. Now they can divorce and they can live on opposite sides of the world, but Harry is still never going to fully recover. Now, to be fair, he brought a lot of this mess on himself, but still, he's going to need so many years of therapy. You know, though, any aspect of humanity and dignity that Harry once had has disappeared. Harry's an empty shell of what he used to be. Now, I think once the Wales children are grown and once they have started dating and started getting married, maybe Harry and Meghan will finally split. At that point, nobody's going to be interested in the Sussexes anymore. They're not going to have any media paying attention to them, so no reason to stick around. Meghan is also not going to be able to accept the fact that her invisible children are not going to be even close to as important as the Wales kids. They're not going to be respected like the Wales children, and they are certainly not going to be covered by the media. A royal commentator has also weighed in, saying that Harry didn't really deserve it, but he was just a puppet with no direction. Ms. Angelina has explained, after losing the battle with the Home Office, Harry's first words were more or less, "I will appeal." Now, the costs of this case have risen to about £1 million, and if he keeps it up, if he doesn't give up, it could end up being around £2 million. I would love to say that I like Harry and I would love to see him back where he belongs, with his family, with the people around him who really care about him. He is a grown man. He can do whatever he wants. So why should we suggest that he goes back to a place that made him leave in the first place? He must have been so miserable there. Well, you know, I do care. I mean, I care about Harry because he is still a person. We need to look at Harry a little to maybe understand why he has acted this way. It is out of character for him, I believe. When he was young, Charles discovered that Harry wasn't really interested in learning. He had learning difficulties. Reading and writing were really challenging to him. And some people say that they discovered he was dyslexic. So Charles sent him off to the army, where he managed to graduate out of Sandhurst, but there's no details of that graduation, so I'm guessing he passed. He tried to become a helicopter pilot after 3 years, but he had to give up. And then he was given this title of Apache Helicopter Commander, which may sound impressive, but it simply means that he was a co-pilot gunner. And I'm not trying to diminish him. Instead, I'm trying to explain why Harry has acted the way that he has. Logical thinking and rational thinking have always been difficult for Harry. In fact, William was his strength, the man whom he always turned to. And William took such good care of him. And sometimes it included tough love because that's what Harry needed. Let's remember, William warned Harry of the type of person Meghan was. I'm sure Harry is still a very naive man who still hasn't fully matured. And now there's nobody around him with the good sense to tell him not to throw good money after bad and to just give up on these court cases. But still, there are many people who have dyslexia and they manage to be very successful. Einstein, for example, Richard Branson. And for people in the UK, Peter and the Greek Dragons, and I believe Alan Sugar also. Now, they were all incredibly successful businessmen. Harry, it sounds like, was just a slow learner, and obviously he was too impressionable in the wrong way. Maybe Doria Ragland is right. Meghan was guiding Harry to do everything he has done. And you, do you agree with this view? Please let me know your opinion below in the comments. If you think my video is helpful, don't be afraid to like and share with anybody else who needs it anytime you want. And please subscribe to our Kate Middleton and the Queen channel to support us more and more. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye, and we'll be back to see you tonight. Thanks for watching.